Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Cody Parkey now, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Nashville. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Man open, Rice. 30. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Jerry Rice, 74 yards. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. A first down throw, and incomplete to open things up. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board. I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Second and 10 now from the 27. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Now Mayfield. And the Lions Pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Now Sanders. Sanders shaking and baking. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Lions will take over. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Here's Wilson. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, I'm glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. On the pick up there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. Meeting the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he whips that one incomplete there. Jerry Rice, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Detroit! On 2nd down, Mayfield again. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And again, it's Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Mayfield looks to throw to the left side here for Eifert. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, a 22.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Second down, Mayfield. Touchdown, Colts.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. Parkey with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit. They're in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Escaping the pressure right. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to Tennessee after this. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Under pressure, he's going to go down. Look at this, way back around the 43. Bruce Smith in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Mayfield on 1st down. Going to drop this off to McCoy. Complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
To throw, Mayfield. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's the linebacker, DeMarcus Ware, and he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Anthony Barr coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. He's going to let one fly for... It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Extra point good by Prater, and that makes the score 14-7. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can. And oh, coughed it up. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. His throw incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bruce Smith in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. 4th down. Here's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Steps away to his left. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Sean Lee coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Throwing. Mayfield. And that is going to be a safety.
And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Williams. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Bruce Smith getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. First down, Mayfield. Got his man, it's Eifert. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. DeMarcus Ware leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4 minutes.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take him look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
He's going to get it running right. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that can come back and get you.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2. From the gun, it's Wilson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be taken short. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis To take the field.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful not.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. John Randall coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A first throw for the backup, Jackson. Buying time to his left. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big conversion on 3rd for the Colts. And even 50 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson on the crossing route, complete. It's Smith. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Lamar Jackson, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2, here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you're wondering why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
They do tack on the extra point as well, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Oh, Wilson going to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And another timeout taken by the Colts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Lions on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Here's Wilson. He's going to air one out. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. One thing that makes him so tough in these 2-minute drills, you got to take into consideration he's mobile.
And that's a big plus for him, but he also has to be careful with that mobility.
Steve Smith is lonesome. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big play there for Indy. 45 yards. Back to throw. On the move to his left. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go.
So here we go. The Colts will go for 2.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. 35 seconds to play. Everything will come down here to this onside kick. Well, I think the Colts got this. They did. A field goal will do it for them. They got the onside kick that they needed here. We'll see if they can do the rest.
Some teams are just not comfortable waiting to see what happens. Some teams like to force the action. That's exactly what we saw with this onside kick.
Detroit!
Back to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Jamal Sheard on the stop.
I think we saw the strategy there, how they moved it to the left hash so they could line things up for them to kick the field goal.
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds. It's left. So here's the former Pro Bowler, Cody Parkey, in field goal formation. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And it is good! He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Hoosier State will celebrate tonight as the Colts have won it. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a booth, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Nashville. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Cody Parkey now, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go. Green, 90.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. A.J. Green, 72 yards, and the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed first round?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
How about the throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16. First down throw for Mayfield. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Leonard Williams in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. A.J. Bouye, the fine cornerback, there to make the play defensively.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Mayfield to throw it. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And down he'll go at the 25. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up fourth. So on fourth down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Yeah, Sanders now to return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Shakes off the sack. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Ryan Shazier. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Ace! Ace! Here we go! Blue 45! Blue 45!
Now here's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And some room to work. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough.
Left, 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 left!
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there was a time to be aggressive, now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Smith catches left side. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. Mayfield steps away to his left. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
This will be fielded at the 6. You can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Here we go now.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And able to find Graham, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Mahomes now on first down. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. Buying time to his left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Finding room inside the 40. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Flush to his right. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, it gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field? And they find each other for the completion.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins from 3 yards out. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And all about time. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. The connection made. It's Graham. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now, we get that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Ndamukong Suh busting through to get him for a loss of 6. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
Mayfield on play action. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Broken tackle. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On first down, Mahomes. He's going to air it out deep for... And that's caught inside the 35. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st and 10, Mayfield escaping the pressure right. Going deep for... It got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A huge play that time for the Colts. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a first down carry here from McCoy. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ndamukong Suh in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. From the gun, Mayfield. Being chased out left. And the pressure gets to him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Mahomes now on 1st down. It's brought in left side by Tate. And they finally get him down at the other 46. A huge play there on the screen pass. 45 yards.
You just have to find ways to get Golden Tate the football, and I think screens are a terrific way to do it. He is terrific after the catch. Almost becomes a running back with the ball in his hands.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And he almost had it defensively. could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, we'll credit to the defense for a shot.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Leonard Williams coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. Mahomes throwing on fourth. And he's going to go down again. Bruce Smith in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On second down, it's McCoy. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
These type of plays are backbreakers for our defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big 1st down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he is out of bounds here. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it with Kamara. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown. Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead down to 3 at 13-10. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk about football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Green with a catch left side. A.J. Green. Touchdown, Cowboys. A.J. Green, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Boswell good with the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Gone!
1st down, Mayfield. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 24, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Green's got it over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Mahomes. And in Complete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Back to throw. Mahomes. He's got his man here. It's Green. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Mahomes to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jimmy Graham from 3 yards out. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he's got it. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they... couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A first throw for the backup Jackson. Rolling to his right. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
And he's got room. Now loose football. The ball comes out, and the Cowboys have recovered.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Room here to run. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Green 90. Green 90.
Mahomes going to throw it here. And Green with a catch left side. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now they'll pitch it back to Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. On second down, here's Mahomes. Caught right side, Tate. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it from here for Charles Davis and the rest of our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com/Madden. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And, Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Solomon Thomas in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. From the gun, Jackson on the check down. He finds Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Solomon Thomas in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
They'll run it for the first time with Ricky Williams. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. Oh, wide open, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big gain of 38 there on third down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Pushing through the contact. Breaks free again. Eluding the pressure right. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you... And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape.
Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Tyler Eifert, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Parkey with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Marino. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
On 2nd down, here's Marino. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Here's Marino. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To throw is Marino. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Alec Ogletree coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Marino. That one complete to Barry Sanders. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Marino incomplete on the 3rd down throw.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
And that's caught by Beasley. And now into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Cole Beasley, 37 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense. But when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. On the return, Jabril Peppers. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the interception, here's Marino. And they got the hook out. This is Olsen. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And Beasley with it over the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Cole Beasley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go play action now. Jackson rolling to, and he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Tennessee after this. On third down, Jackson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
On now, the former Vol, Michael Pilardi. This is brought in at the 21. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Marino will look to throw on first. Throwing a slant pattern here, complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. First down, Marino. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Bruce Smith. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. 3-19.
Marino sets up. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you at important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Marino here from the gun. And he finds Beasley complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
He'll get this one off to Sanders. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dan Marino. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Williams running left. Look at the spin. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Man on the left side is Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now Marino looking to throw on second down. And Marino cannot get away. He goes down. Grady Jarrett coming up the middle. Gets him there for a loss of about 9. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now Marino. He's going deep for Brown. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and the Colts will go on offense here, first and 10. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Dancing to his left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Play action. It's Jackson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Jackson now. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big pickup of 12 yards on fourth down to keep this drive from stalling. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Michael Strahan in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. After the sack, here's second and 11. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Lawrence Guy in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a third and long. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. They go play action with Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
And all the way down to the 39. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 41 yards.
Trying to defend a drag route is really tough because you don't want to jump a route that's shorter or underneath as the drag route is too quickly, because oftentimes they want to run that route and then hit over the top of you for bigger yardage. So if you can chip off the timing of the receiver off the line of scrimmage so he can't actually get into the route, that's the best way to defend it. But there was no possibility of that on that play. End result, receiver won in a big way.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
2nd and 10 now. Marino. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback when he delivers the ball.
They run play action for Sanders. Now Marino. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Barr in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Shane Leckler now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Back now in Nashville. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Solomon Thomas able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Gone!
On 2nd down, Jackson. Over the middle to Smith. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. The tackler almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards on the play. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jerry Rice, 67 yards. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This one fielded at the 5. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the shotgun, Murillo. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to do with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though.
Now Marino to throw it. And it's caught by Beasley. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll throw on first down with Marino. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Here we go now.
And Marino going to throw despite the late lead. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
Here's Marino. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing here, Marino. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Marino will throw. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And another timeout taken by the Colts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now let's go.
Now it's Marino. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
The Colts on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Grover Quinn. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So that'll do it for Charles Davis, the rest of our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we sign off from Nashville.